Hey, welcome to Get Lit with FirstLight, a financial and bilingual show brought to you by FirstLight Federal Credit Union. I'm your host, Sydney Alvarez.
Y yo soy Paulette Murguía y juntos exploraremos tips y temas padrísimos de cómo organizar tus finanzas.
Are you thinking of starting a business and ready to take on the world? Find out how FirstLight can help you avoid those financial pitfalls.
Y hablando de negocios, una tortillería local está llegando a las grandes ligas ya que fue recientemente nominada como la mejor manufacturera del año.
Plus, is it the right time to buy a home? Learn about the do's and don'ts from our financial experts themselves.
¿Y qué tal una cerveza para este calor? El día de hoy nos acompaña un empresario y dueño de una cervecería local para platicarnos cómo FirstLight le ayudó a abrir su negocio.
Absolutely, all that and much more. So let's get started. Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Get Lit with FirstLight. We have a full show today talking about successful business practices, about mortgages, and probably one of my favorite subjects, Paulette, beer.
Yes.
Joining us now is Sergio Favela. He is one of the owners of the very successful La Primera Tortilla Factory located in Sunland Park, New Mexico. Welcome, Sergio.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
También se encuentra con nosotros Silvia Solís Luébano. Ella representa FirstLight en Business Services o como diríamos en español como servicios empresariales. Bienvenida, gracias por acompañarnos.
Gracias por tenerme aquí.
So, I always ask a question right at the very top of the show, and I want to just get a very brief answer from everybody. What do y'all think makes for a successful business? Give me one word. I want to start with you, Sergio. One word.
I would say perseverance.
Perseverance. That's a good one.
Dedication.
Passion.
People. There you go. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. So Sergio, before we get into your story, we actually have a clip that we want to share with our viewers about how La Primera Tortilla Factory started and how they work with FirstLight. Let's watch that. Let the chips fall where they may. In this case, into the successful business model of La Primera Tortilla Factory.
La Primera Tortilla Factory is a family business. It got started when my dad decided to start a tortilla factory. He had a dream, and in 1984, that dream became a reality.
The staple of the business is their tortillas, and this newly acquired 9-tier conveyor belt is a needed investment for their booming business.
Right now, we're producing 1.5 million tortillas per week.
Juan Carlos says they're doubling their factory space to just under 9,000 square feet, and he extends his gratitude to FirstLight Federal Credit Union for recognizing the vision of the family business.
Without FirstLight and our loyal customers, we wouldn't be at the position that we are right now.
We've assisted the Favela family since 2014. They came to us with a vision and we listened to that vision and believed in what they were trying to accomplish.
And that's what business and community building is all about, even if it's one chip or tortilla at a time. Wow, great story, Sergio. So, as the story mentioned, your business is expanding, and I understand that you supply pretty much all the local Walmarts with your product. What's that like?
Well, it's pretty exciting seeing it grow from where we started in 1984, from my parents started, how big it's gotten. And as a matter of fact, we just got word that next week we start in Sam's wholesales.
Oh wow! So are we getting it here first?
Yes. So that's pretty exciting.
I mean, Walmart, Sam's. Wow.
Yeah, that's pretty exciting. We're very happy and excited to get started on the Sam's.
Sergio, sabemos también que la Primera Tortillería Factory acaba de recibir el honor de ser considerada la mejor manufacturera del año por el Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. Platícanos cómo fue esa experiencia para ustedes, qué representa eso para ustedes.
Bueno, sí es un honor, o sea, que nos hayan reconocido de esa manera después de casi 38 años estar en el mercado aquí del Paso, Las Cruces. Que haya estado toda nuestra familia ahí reunida para ver
It's a
premio
huge
que nos
honor,
dieron.
right?
Yes.
Sí, es un honor.
Un honor
es un
grandísimo.
honor.
No estuvo ahí mi papá ni mi mamá, fue algo un poquito triste. Mi papá falleció hace 4 meses, entonces no pudo ver eso, pero se lo dedicamos a mi papá.
And how proud, first of all, our condolences to you and your family, but what a legacy to truly show the success of the business.
Yes. We're very proud and happy.
Sylvia, when it comes to working with businesses, I understand that one of the things you told me is you like to listen to the businesses, to our members. What do you mean by that?
Absolutely. One of the biggest key factors, I think, in making any of our business members successful is listening to their needs. What is it that they're looking for, from start to finish? Do they want an account that's going to have a lot of transactions? Do they want an account that's going to be very minimal? What is it that they're looking in their loan needs? Do they need money to grow their business? Do they need credit cards to have for their employees? Do they need a line of credit to have, additional income? So the initial conversation that we have with all of our members is very important because we want to make sure that we're putting them in the correct and proper products for them.
For years we tried to make our business grow, and the one thing that kept us from growing is we didn't have a bank that believed in us, in our vision that we had. And when we came to FirstLight, we spoke with Sylvia and Rudy, and they gave us the opportunity. They could see what we wanted to do, and they believed in us, and they gave us the opportunity, and it worked out perfectly.
Una de las cosas básicas que yo pienso que nos diferencia un poco de los bancos es el servicio que le damos a nuestros clientes. Se me hace que lo hacemos un poco más personalizado. No los vemos nada más como es un número, esta es una cuenta que me va a ganar dinero. No, yo los veo como mi familia, porque los veo constantemente.
Yes. Y se nota, por ejemplo,
well, yeah, you can see that here. You can see it with you guys.
Que nos dice, creyeron en mí. O sea, que qué importante es que escuchar los sueños de cualquier persona que quiera abrirse un negocio y decirles, sí se puede, estamos aquí para ayudarlos.
And what's interesting is that you say you treat our members like family. You guys are a family-owned business, and you allowed FirstLight. You trusted FirstLight to come in, trusted Sylvia and the team to come in and really guide you, right?
Correct. That's exactly what they did. They guided us through the whole process. To us, it was something completely new that we didn't know how to go about getting the loan, getting everything prepared. And it was Sylvia and Rudy that helped us out.
Can you guys talk about, and I turn to Sergio and to Sylvia, can you all share with our viewers, your perspective when it comes to business development, starting a business, sharing with someone information about how to work with a financial institution? Can we start with you?
So I would suggest, do your research as to what you're getting into, and then look up FirstLight, and they'll take care of you.
Well, it's interesting because I remember you told me that you were actually selling tortillas door to door. Right? I mean,
eso es increíble.
Yeah, that's humble beginnings.
Eso me inspiró muchísimo.
Bueno, sí, la historia, o sea, mi papá tenía una tortilla chiquita, una tiendita donde vendían cigarros, dulces, todo. Cuando yo entro ahí, un día, por cuestión de que estuvo muy lento el día, no vendí nada. En aquel entonces producía como unos 30 paquetes diarios. Ya un poquito desesperado, agarré los paquetes, los eché en una caja y me vine aquí por la calle de Anafiña y empecé en las tienditas, en los restaurantes a ofrecer, y me di cuenta que al otro día que volví, pues se habían vendido, y eso me inspiró, me emocionó, y para no hacer muy larga la historia, en unos 2 meses ya estaba en Anthony, por todas las Danafras, me había ido tienda por tienda, y me fui emocionando.
And I think now you're producing like 1 million tortillas a week?
I think like 1.5.
Oh my gosh. Oh my
Yes.
gosh.
A mí, qué increíble saber que sus tortillas son la preferencia del Paso. Muchas felicidades.
Muchas gracias.
Gracias por
Estamos muy
compartir tu
orgullosos.
historia.
So we definitely want some more information for sure. However, we are running low on time. If people want information from business services, where can they call or where can they go?
They can look us up on our website, so www.firstlightfcu.org. You can also reach us via phone, 915-562-1172, and you will get directed to our business queue from there.
And La Primera Tortilla Factory?
La Primera Tortilla.com, cualquiera de esas plataformas. Estamos en Sunland Park, el teléfono es 575-589-3437 para cualquier restaurante, tienda, de lo que sea. Estamos a su disposición.
Oh, thank you both very much for being on the show. We truly appreciate it. It's time for our first break. But when we come back, the do's and don'ts when it comes to looking for a home. We got our mortgage expert in the house to give us the 411 on all this.
Y también vamos a platicar con un joven empresario que comenzó con su gusto por la cerveza y transformarlo en un sueño y abrir su negocio y su propia cervecería.
It's all about the beer. We'll be right back.
Hey, Picasso, thinking about that new truck? Let's make that dream a reality. It's easy with a FirstLight auto loan from FirstLight Federal Credit Union. Just go to firstlightfcu.com and apply online today for your pre-approval and no payments for 90 days. FirstLight Federal Credit Union, your better credit union. Better is double rewards. At FirstLight, we make it easy to double your rewards. Simply open a new savings and checking account, set up your direct deposit, and then simply use your FirstLight Visa debit card for your everyday purchases to, wait for it, earn double the points. Doesn't that double your excitement? Apply online, anytime, or call us today and speak to some darn nice people. FirstLight Federal Credit Union, your better, double the rewards credit union.
Hey everybody, welcome back. Are you thinking of buying a home? Are you ready to buy a home? We got help for you.
El día de hoy nos acompaña Lorenzo Reveles, que él nos va a platicar un poco más sobre cómo sacar una casa, cómo comprar tu casa con una hipoteca aquí en FirstLight.
The do's and don'ts.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Excited
welcome.
to be here.
Yeah, we
excited
all
to talk about
need
mortgages.
You. Absolutely. Now, before we get into the do's and don'ts, we have a quick story that we want to show from the McBroom family. Check this out.
Hey, we're the McBrooms. This is Becca, I'm Michael, and we're West El Paso residents. Yeah, so we got a little over 3,700 square foot home here, 4 bed, 4 bath, great lot, and it's really in the neighborhood that my wife and I have been targeting.
It was built in the early 1980s and not updated a day since then, but the bones of this house are just fantastic, and we could really picture ourselves being happy here for a long time.
Big home, kind of first family home. We're expecting our first child in a little less than 2 months now, and
we're really excited to raise our family here and see our little children running around the yard.
The house, it really hasn't been updated for probably decades, and so we're kind of touching every surface, updating the drywall, updating all bathrooms, kitchen.
The home has a lot of really beautiful features like tall ceilings and some real character that we could see even past the 1983 finishes. The vaulted ceiling in the main grand room, I would say, is just so inviting and welcoming. It's got these beautiful arched doors leading into the backyard that let in so much natural light and just really bring a lot of character to the house. I love the original Saltillo flooring, which is just a real El Paso tradition, but it's very warm. Our process of working with FirstLight to get our home mortgage they made it so easy.
They were the reason we were able to close on time and had our contract accepted the way it was, just because they helped us get to the closing table.
They were excited for us, and they really felt like a partner.
What a great couple and what a beautiful home. Although they had their work cut out for them.
Yeah, they're actually in the middle of a remodel. When they came to us, we actually got the referral from our business lending department. Carlos Murguia, one of our loan officers at FirstLight Federal Credit Union that does commercial loans, actually referred this couple over to us. And yeah, they have a really nice house, and the end of the project is going to be fantastic.
Yeah, I cannot wait to see what they're going to do. I mean, the work
Yo
that
estoy súper inspirada. Yo ya quiero remodelar toda mi casa.
Right? We all want to do remodeling jobs now, right? Which FirstLight, we could all go get loans for some remodeling work, right?
Definitely.
So go ahead, Paulette. I know you have the first question.
Tengo la pregunta, yo creo que es la que todos nos hacemos. Si quiero comprar una casa y quiero sacar una hipoteca, ¿qué es lo que tengo que hacer?
The first step is getting pre-qualified, because you definitely want to know before you start looking at all these fabulous homes, right? Is how much can I afford? So payment affordability is critical, is to knowing, okay, how much is my mortgage payment going to be on this house that I'm interested in buying?
So what's that process like, that pre-qualification process with FirstLight? What's that like?
So one of the first steps we do is when we meet with a member is we want to see, okay, what's their current financial standing, right? How do they look? Like, what is their, their debt that they have, monthly debt? Are they currently renting right now? Is that are they comfortable making that rent payment? Because a lot of times, Sydney, a lot of people think that, well, I can't afford a house because, they think it's like too expensive. But in reality, a rent payment is almost the same as
have you seen rent nowadays?
Getting your mortgage payment that
yeah, absolutely,
that's something that's going to be yours. So really, we take it as far as on a personal level, right? We look at all their finances, look at their income.
So like, what do you ask? So if I go to you and I say, okay, I want to get my pre-qualification letter, what do I physically need to give you?
So one of the things that we're going to ask for is proof of income.
Okay.
So we're going to want to verify your income. Typically, the documents that we'll need: tax returns, right, over the last 2 years, 30 days worth of pay stubs if you're a wage earner, W-2s for the last 2 years, just because we want to verify your income to see what kind of house payment you can qualify for.
Got you.
¿Y qué crédito se necesita? Yo creo que esta pregunta nos las hacemos todas. What credit score do I need
Yes, we all talk about credit.
to be able to get a mortgage?
Oh, and this is why credit's important, right? For those big
Muy
purchases like a
importante.
home.
Definitely. A lot of times, most people think, I got to have, excellent credit. I got to have, the 800 credit score. But that's not the case. Here at FirstLight Federal Credit Union, we could go as low as 600 in some cases, right? So it's really attainable. A lot of people get shied away from credit, but that's where I say getting pre-qualified is the first step, because we'll be able to look at that with you to see what your credit score is. But typically, at least the 600 is what we look for in borrower.
So let's talk about the loans themselves. I think I understand that there's three main type of loans, right?
Yeah.
And what are they? And what's the difference?
So the three main loans that are out there is a conventional mortgage loan, an FHA mortgage loan, and a VA mortgage loan. Okay, so those are the three most popular one. If we're talking about a conventional mortgage loan,
right,
that's more for like, regular consumers, right? If they're a first-time home buyer, they can give a down payment as little as 3%.
Wow.
3% es realmente no es mucho,
Oh,
¿no?
I
O sea,
know,
para
yeah.
la percepción que luego tiene la gente.
Well, because people think it's usually like 20%.
Right.
Sí.
Whenever they hear conventional, they think, man, I got to give the 20%, exactly what you're saying, but that's not the case. So let's say you've bought a house before. Maybe you're looking to upgrade. You were a single guy, had this, two-bedroom house, and now you're married with kids, and now you're needing to kind of expand a little bit. A conventional loan can also help you with 5% down. So it's still a good deal not having to give the 20% down.
I understand FirstLight has a campaign right now, Own It. And we're really encouraging and trying to help people to purchase their own homes. Tell me about this.
Right. So one of the things here at FirstLight Federal Credit Union is we're into long-term home ownership. And we want our members to be able to do that. That's why, with us helping them get pre-qualified, determining how much, a mortgage payment they can handle, that's one of the successes we want them to have is just, a lot of times, I'll talk to a realtor and they ask me, what's the difference between, you and, the other mortgage companies in El Paso? And I talk about we're in it for the long term, right? We want the long-term relationship.
Creo que eso es muy importante. Y para todas las personas que nos están viendo, ¿dónde pueden encontrar más información sobre cómo sacar una hipoteca para su casa?
So the easiest way is to go to the FirstLight website, and we have on the site, there's an option to get pre-qualified. So, like I told you, that's the first step anybody should do. And when they do that, they'll actually be able to submit an online application. So when they submit it, then one of our mortgage loan officers will contact them to kind of go over their scenario, seeing what they could qualify for.
Right. And, we want to share with everybody, because we're running short on time. We just want to share with everyone that it's exciting.
And, here at FirstLight, we just want to make sure that we're able to make their dreams come true, in buying a home.
Thank you so much for taking the time to be on our show.
Gracias.
And what do people do when they're in their home? They have a beer, right?
Sí, es por eso que vamos a tener ahorita un invitado muy especial que nos va a platicar sobre cómo abrió su propia cervecería aquí en El Paso.
We'll be right back.
Hey, Picasso, thinking about that new truck? Let's make that dream a reality. It's easy with a FirstLight auto loan from FirstLight Federal Credit Union. Just go to firstlightfcu.com and apply online today for your pre-approval and no payments for 90 days. FirstLight Federal Credit Union, your better credit union.
Welcome back. We are now up to Paulette's favorite segment because she just wanted to talk about beer. Joining us now here at the table is Daniel McGee, co-owner of the CraftBox, here to tell us about his business and how FirstLight helped. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it.
También se encuentra con nosotros el día de hoy María de Jesús Ortiz, mejor conocida como NBDJ. Muchas gracias por acompañarnos y muy contentos de tenerte aquí. Bienvenida.
Gracias, me encanta estar con ustedes.
So before we get into our discussion, here's a quick video about the CraftBox just for you.
Hi, I'm Daniel McGee. I'm the owner of CraftBox in the Northeast. CraftBox is a fill station and bar where we have 20 beers on draft and about 30 to 40 more on can. And so we constantly change our selection, and we always want to have something new for people to try, whether you're a newcomer to craft beer or you're a beer connoisseur. So at CraftBox, we always have a very wide selection, anywhere from light lagers, wheat beers, IPAs, stouts. We always have a large variety, and we're constantly rotating that selection. But also we're working on several collaborations beers with different breweries around the city. The most recent being our Mango Belgian Blonde that we did with Craft Rhythm and Brews. It's a 6.3% Belgian blonde with mango, and we can't wait to release our second batch of that. CraftBox is about 750 square feet on the bottom. We also have a rooftop area and an outdoor patio area. I've always grown up knowing that I wanted to be a business owner, and I've always wanted to create things. I've been with FirstLight for about 9 years. Ever since my first auto loan, I've always had all my auto loans with FirstLight, as well as personal loans. I would recommend FirstLight because they've always taken care of me and my family. They've always been super friendly, and whenever I've needed anything, they were just a call away.
You may have recognized some folks in the video. They were working, absolutely. So Daniel, we gotta tell you, so you're very young, you started this business. Tell us how this happened.
So it started from a passion of beer, for craft beer in general. I went to school in San Marcos, and so I saw a lot of the beer culture over there. Mm-hmm. And I saw how it was kind of lacking a little bit in El Paso. Some of our oldest breweries are around 8 years old. And so it's definitely a growing trend, but I feel like there's not enough places to really enjoy it and to just try all kinds of different kinds of beer.
Y que me gusta mucho escuchar esta historia porque hay muchos jóvenes empresarios como tú que ven ideas que están en otras ciudades que no están en El Paso
and
y
they
luego,
bring them here. Yeah, they
y
bring
luego unos se van. Entonces me da mucho gusto que te hayas regresado al Paso, que traigas tus ideas aquí. ¿Qué se siente ser un joven empresario tan joven y tener tu negocio?
Me encanta y quiero hacer mucho más por El Paso en el futuro. Muchas cosas con alcohol, pero diferentes tipos de negocios también. Pero me encanta poder hacerlo aquí en El Paso.
You know, MDJ was in the video. Thank you for sacrificing, taking the time out to,
you gotta do what you gotta do.
That hard work. Yes,
¿Qué
thank
sacrificio? ¿Qué sacrificio?
And I bring this up because your establishment is really for all walks of life. And a little bit of education too, because I know you even educated me on the types of beer. Can you tell us about that?
Absolutely. So that's one of the things we take a lot of passion in, is educating our customer, because somebody might walk in that's never had craft beer before, and we don't want to make them feel like they're not welcome there. So especially when somebody isn't too familiar with craft beer, we want to walk them through and give them different samples so they can understand that it's not all IPAs and stouts, even though that's a big part of it. Mm-hmm. There's everything from light lagers, Mexican lagers, fruited beers, coffee tasting beers, high alcohol, low alcohol. So we want to make sure that everybody understands that it's not just one thing, and it's a broad spectrum, and you can always find something that you'd like if you give it a chance.
Now, you shared in the video a little bit about how FirstLight helped, but can you recap with us? So you and your family have been with FirstLight for quite some time.
So I've had FirstLight since I was about 16 years old. So I financed my first vehicle through FirstLight. I've taken personal loans through FirstLight as well as lines of credit. So they've really helped me build my credit throughout the years. And they've always just been awesome. And I've gotten to the point where now I don't even shop FirstLight when it comes to rates, because I just know that it's worth it to work with you all.
Oh, awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that. And speaking of FirstLight, MDJ is here to tell us about her segment called ¿Qué pasa?, where we learn about what's going on this month. So what's going on aside from taking
Cuéntanos.
time out to drink at the CraftBox?
Yeah, every Friday.
Every Friday.
It's
We'll see
5
us there.
o'clock somewhere.
Aparte de ir a tomar una cerveza en tu negocio, ¿qué otras cosas están pasando en El Paso?
So, algo muy importante que vengo para invitar a todos, ya sea que sepan jugar golf o no sepan jugar golf, tenemos nuestro torneo de golf el día 28 de octubre.
Wow, there you
So,
go. Yes.
very important.
Do you play golf?
Absolutely.
Well, you see, there you go.
See, where do we sign you up?
Not well, but
Not well.
But see, that's the best thing about it. So it's for everyone. You know, you don't have to be a great golfer. You don't have to, exactly know. We have prices even for the last place. That doesn't mean you have to just necessarily go and lose, okay?
Okay.
But it is for great causes to go ahead and get funds for scholarships that do stay here in El Paso and the Las Cruces area.
So last year was the inaugural tournament, and this is super exciting. I love hearing my boss talk about this. The goal was 30,000, and then we immediately reached that. Then it was 40, then 50, then 60, then 70, then 80, and I think we were at 85,000. I'm not sure. I'm sure he'll correct me if I'm wrong. But what's the goal this year?
This year, our goal is 100.
Oh, that's awesome, because the more money that we can raise means what?
The more scholarships we can give.
Absolutely. And these kids, they're dynamic. They're like you, Daniel. They are so on point, so smart, and they want to do so much for El Paso. So this is a really awesome cause.
Sí, porque recordemos que estos jóvenes son los futuros líderes del mañana y qué bonita oportunidad poder jugar un torneo de golf, apoyar esta causa y estar aparte dando becas.
Absolutely.
¿No?
So, information. How can people get more information? How can we get sponsors, sign up, all that kind of good stuff?
So for any information, you can visit our website, which is firstlightfcu.org, and it'll have the golf tournament on there. So you just click on it. It'll take you to sponsor information. It'll take you if you want to have a team. And then we do have other opportunities. If you say, you know what, I don't golf, and maybe I don't have that much to sponsor it, there's other opportunities in which you can help out, even just by donating.
All right, let's get down to business here. This is why we are here. What is everybody's favorite beer? I need to know. Let's start with Daniel.
So I love hazy IPAs. One of my favorites is probably Tree Shaker. And then
Tree Shaker?
Tree Shaker, it's from Odell. It's a seasonal beer that comes out once a year. But also I have to throw in the Tabby Mango, which is our collaboration with Craft Rhythm and Brews. So it's the first beer that we were able to make. And Carlos Lopez, our general manager, he's the brewmaster. And so we worked in collaboration with Craft Rhythm and Brews to brew that. So that has to be up there too.
Well, you know what? How about this? Dark or light beer?
Depends.
On what you're
on
wearing?
how I'm feeling. If it's a Monday or if it's a Friday.
Depende.
How was work that day?
A mí me gustan las cervezas a base de trigo.
Okay.
A veces como wheat. Y me encantan. Me gusta mucho el sabor. Entonces está como en medio de las dos, ¿no?
Te va a gustar el Mango Tabby. Es wheat beer con mango.
Tenemos que ir a probarla.
Y para
gotta
este
go.
calor.
That was an invite. That was an invite, you all. That was an invite.
Sid's paying.
Okay then. All right. We'll put that on the boss's card. All right then. That's our show. If you have any questions, comments, or concern, you can send us an email. Our email is getlitwithfirstlight@firstlightfcu. We'd love to hear from you.
Puedes escuchar este podcast a través de Spotify, de Podbean, de Apple, y también puedes ver el show en plataformas como YouTube o las redes sociales. Solo búscanos como Get Lit with First Light.
That's right. Our social handle is @FirstLightFCU. Thanks for watching.
Yo soy Paula Murguía.
And I'm Sidney Alvarez. Until next time.